What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and how the media and the fans of other fan bases continue to move the goalposts when it comes to my Alabama Crimson Tide. And yes, after the win against the Georgia Bulldogs, they have once again moved the goalposts. Georgia Bulldogs were supposed to be this unstoppable force, this unbeatable team. And now that my Alabama Crimson Tide tap that ass, they moving the goalposts, the media and the fans of other fan bases. Make it make sense. Man, I tell you, when Nick Saban retired, they wrote Alabama off. They said Alabama is dead. The only reason Alabama won so much was because of Nick Saban. Is that not what they said? I'm sure I heard it. But anyway, and now my Alabama Crimson Tide is 4-0. They done beat those Georgia Bulldogs once again like they always do. It's a whole lot of what ifs going on. What if this and what if that? Okay, Matt Moscona, one of the biggest Alabama haters. He's an LSU fan, so I understand why he hates Alabama so much, because my Alabama Crimson Tide has beat his LSU Tigers 11 out of the last 13 meetings. That's why he hates Alabama so much. He can't stand them, no matter who the head coach is. Okay, and Coach Kalen DeBoer is going to go into Baton Rouge and beat the hell out of his LSU Tigers this year. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But Matt Moscona, when Nick Saban retired, you know, Matt Moscona got his own podcast. When Nick Saban retired, he started talking all this shit. He even put a segment in his podcast dedicated to the Alabama Crimson Tide, saying Alabama is burning. All right. Alabama is no more. The nightmare is over now that Nick Saban has retired. Well, Matt Moscona, I'm sorry to tell you. You were wrong. Just like you wrong every time you open your mouth against my Alabama Crimson Tide in a negative way. And Matt Moscona done went from Bama is burning to Bama is entering its Les Miles days. Come on now. You can't compare Les Miles to Coach Kalen DeBoer. Les Miles was never 116-12 as a head coach. I mean, never. Well, okay, 108-12 as a head coach, because that is Coach Kalen DeBoer's record as a head coach, 108-12 as of right now. Les Miles was never 29-3 as a Power 5 or now Power 4 head coach. Never. So you can't compare. I understand Les Miles won a national championship at LSU in 2007. I understand that. But guess what? You move the goalposts again when you say that Coach Kalen DeBoer is doing what he's doing, albeit on the 4 games, he's doing what he's doing with Nick Saban recruits. Well, guess what? Les Miles won his national championship at LSU with Nick Saban recruits. But you ain't putting those two together. Because guess what? Nick Saban didn't go to Miami, the Miami Dolphins, to 2005. And Les Miles won his national championship at LSU in 2007. Okay? So, Nick Saban recruits. Keep the same energy. Okay? But hey, it is what it is. Coach Kalen DeBoer came into Alabama and totally developed freaking Jalen Milroe. Nick Saban didn't do that, because Jalen Milroe is a whole on another level under Coach Kalen DeBoer. Come on now. And you want to talk about, and Ryan Williams, yeah, Nick Saban recruited him, but he also decommitted after Nick Saban retired, and Coach Kalen DeBoer had to come in and re-recruit him. So that's not a Nick Saban recruit. And it's a lot of guys that's playing right now that Nick Saban didn't recruit, some of them freshmen. You act like Coach Kalen DeBoer didn't get some of these guys for the 2024 team. Y'all moved the goalpost. Well, when Nick Saban retired, all those guys left via the transfer portal. And y'all were saying what? Oh, they lost too much. They lost too much. They lost this many guys in the transfer portal, plus the guys who got drafted into the NFL. They can't do this and they can't do that. Well, they doing it. They doing it. You want to talk about Ryan Williams in the catch? What if he didn't do this? What if he didn't make the catch? Well, what if he didn't make the catch? Hey, guess what? We still had 3 more downs to pick up a first down. Because the catch was made on first down. It only took 1 play. But if he wouldn't have made a catch, we'd have moved to the next play. That's what would have happened. Stop with all these what if. Stop moving the goalposts. Either we Alabama is dead or they ain't. Make up your mind. Well, 1 point we dead, and the next point we're moving to the Les Miles era. Come on now. And then you had Peter Burns. Peter Burns from the SEC Network. Let me tell you what he said. Peter Burns said he woke up this morning. This article was written on the 1st, I think, so I'm a little late. But he said, woke up this morning, thought about the alternate reality. Ryan Williams doesn't go 75 yards and Bama doesn't score. We'd be talking about the greatest comeback in SEC history. Kirby finally slaying the Bama beast and questioned the DeBoer and the way he blew a 28-point lead at home. Now, like I said, Ryan Williams don't make that catch. Take it in for a touchdown. We would have moved on to the next play. It was first down. Okay? Who's to say we wouldn't have got in field goal range to kick a field goal and win the game? Because guess what? Georgia was only ahead by 1 point. Who's to say we wouldn't have got in field goal range and kicked the field goal? Who's to say we wouldn't have went on down the field and scored a touchdown? Who's to say that? All of these what ifs, man, talking about, we'd be talking about the greatest comeback in SEC history. Well, guess what? You ain't talking about it because it didn't happen. All right? It is what it be. It is what it is. And he say Kirby finally slaying the Bama beast. Well, according to everybody outside the Alabama fan base, Alabama wasn't a beast to begin with. Not coming into the season, not under Coach DeBoer. Alabama wasn't the beast. Georgia was the beast. Come on, y'all. Why does we keep moving the goalposts? Why? Let me know. Coming into the season, a lot of y'all had Alabama 9-3, 8-4. Come on now. Now, the day done beat those Georgia Bulldogs, Alabama is the beast now. Make up your mind. What y'all want it to be. What you want it to be. And then, even Joel Klatt. Joel Klatt moving the goalposts. He got all these what ifs. What if Ryan Williams wouldn't have made that catch? And I just explained that. Joel Klatt asking that same question. What if? Talking about how Georgia or Alabama couldn't do nothing against Georgia in the second half. Well, as I recall, Alabama scored more points in the second half than Georgia scored in the first half, but you didn't say Georgia couldn't do nothing with Alabama in the first half. How do they come up with this stuff? I know they got to get paid, but damn, make it make sense. Make it make sense. What if Ryan Williams wouldn't have made the catch? What if a whole lot of shit wouldn't have happened? You can ask yourself, what if Carson Beck wouldn't have threw them interceptions? What if Carson Beck wouldn't have fumbled the ball? What if Carson Beck didn't give up a sack? What if Alabama would have scored on every turnover? Come on now. What if Georgia would have came into the game prepared? What if Georgia would play 60 minutes of football? What if this and what if that? You can ask yourself all of this. And here it is, Peter Burns talking about an alternate reality. What about the real reality? Damn the alternate reality. The alternate is woulda, coulda, shoulda, and with a lot of that is going on too. And then Joel Klatt talking about Alabama probably saying themselves, can we replicate that? If we meet them again, can we replicate the first half? Well, in saying that, if Georgia meet Alabama again, can they replicate the second half? You got to ask both of those questions, not one. He talking about if he was Carson Beck, He'll be saying, just let me get them one more time. Let me get them one more time. It's a lot of Georgia fans saying that. One more time, one more time. The next time, the next time. How many next times is going to be? Because every next time has the same result. Come on, y'all. Be real with yourselves and stop lying to yourselves. Joel Klatt said if he was Carson Beck, he would be asking for one more minute, just a little more time. Well, guess what? Both teams had the same amount of time. It's 60 minutes in a game. Both teams had the same amount of time. All right. So, hey, it is what it is. You don't get no more time than the other. And y'all talking about, hey, you need more time. As I recall, it when Ryan Williams scored that touchdown, it was 2 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. So when Georgia got the ball back, it was 2 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. So that's 3 timeouts. I don't know. Maybe they had all 3 of those timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. That's 4 timeouts. But they want more time. All right. You had plenty of time and you couldn't get it done. You couldn't get it done. It was still time on the clock when Saban Brown intercepted that pass. How much time do you need? Why is it always Georgia fans talking about if they'd have had a little bit more time? They use that narrative when it comes to Georgia Bulldogs in Alabama, because Alabama always breaking their damn heart. They're always asking for a little bit more time. Well, it's 60 minutes. It's 60 minutes unless you go into overtime. So, hey, it is what it is. Kirby Smart even making excuses. Oh, we was looking ahead to trying to figure out if we was going to go for 2 points, not thinking we got to score a touchdown first. Man, come on, man. And in my opinion, Kirby Smart tried to get out the game in a damn way, just like he ran from Oklahoma last season, just like he running from UCLA next season. He tried to get out the game, talking about he worried about traveling to Tuscaloosa. Come on, man. Y'all remember he said that last week. I know you do, Georgia fans. And the media. I'm talking to you too. All this what ifs. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Moving the goalposts. Georgia was the beast. And now that Alabama beat them. Georgia was the beast. And Alabama was the team that ain't what they once was. And now that they done beat Georgia, like they do every time they meet, they the beast. Why is that? Why is Alabama the beast now? Shit, they beat Georgia. This is just the norm. Come on, y'all. Stop moving the goalposts, man. Stop moving the goalposts. Alabama, Coach Nick Saban, Coach Kalen DeBoer is just picked up what Coach Nick Saban left off. This ain't nothing new. It ain't new that the fans and the media has written Alabama off, and Alabama show them that they are still the standard of college football. You had Alabama wrote off last year coming into the season. Who gonna be your quarterback? Who gonna be your quarterback? And then when Jalen Milroe beat the Georgia Bulldogs, you move the goalpost in. It's a whole nother narrative. Because guess what? When Alabama and Jalen Milroe lost to Texas, oh man, Jalen Milroe is not that guy. Jalen Milroe can't do this. But when he beat Georgia, it's a whole different story. Coming into this season, Nick Saban retired. Alabama is done. They lost too much. All to the transfer portal. They this and they that. You know, they lost the best defensive back. They lost their best wide receiver. Come on now. And now, Alabama is the beast. Are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? Continue to think of Alabama like you thought of Alabama coming into the season. Continue to think of them that way. Don't move the goalpost just because they beat Georgia. And I always say, the media, when it comes to Georgia, and those Georgia fans, they always want to throw up in your face all the good that Georgia do. Look what they doing. They only talking about the second half. They came back. They took the lead. They came from 28 points down and this and that. But They didn't say nothing about the first half, about them going down by 28, about them down by 23 points at halftime. How did that happen? They ain't mentioning that. They only talking about the second half. But they ain't even mentioning how well Alabama did in the first half. They just mentioning how bad they played in the second half. Come on now. Come on now. You want to throw all the good out there about Georgia and gloss over or sweep under the rug all the bad they did in that game. Now, I haven't heard them say nothing about how Georgia in 3 out of the 4 games this season in the first half, how they come out and look like they ain't never played a game in their life, a football game in their life. How Kirby Smart come out in the first half and look like he ain't never coached a game in his life. And they done did that out of 3 of the 4 games they done played this season. As I will continue to say, 6 points against Clemson, 3 points against Kentucky, 7 points against freaking Alabama. And it caught up with them with Alabama. And if they come out like that this week, they'll probably lose to, even though it's against Auburn. Tell you that right now. You got to play for 60 minutes. Even though Alabama didn't play for 60 minutes this past week against them. And just like Georgia, they got the victory. Georgia got the victory in 2 of the 3, which Kentucky should have beat them. Georgia was gifted that game. So, hey, it is what it is. If you're going to bring up the good, all the good they do, bring up the bad. Bring up the fact that they are a mediocre first half team. Bring that up. So, hey, but all I want to say, keep that same energy you had coming into the season about Alabama. Stop moving the goalposts. They dead. They the beast. DeBoer can't do this. You know what I'm saying? Now, he all of a sudden, he's the perfect fit for Alabama. Come on now. Alabama lost too much. Oh, Jalen Milroe is this and Jalen Milroe is that. Jalen Milroe is the best quarterback in college football. You didn't have the energy coming into the season. Stop moving the goalposts. According to everybody else, Carson Beck is the best quarterback in all of college football. Coming into the season, you'd have moved that goalpost too. Come on now. Let's keep the same energy with everything that we had. Because I am. The same shit I was saying in the offseason is the same shit I'm saying right now when it comes to my Alabama Crimson Tide. That's all I know. But anyway, if you agree with me, put it in the comment section. If you disagree, put it in the comment section. Tell me why you agree or disagree. All right? But y'all remember to be blessed, and KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.